Hey, what's happening, heroes? Before we go into this, I know this isn't my normal style of video, but I want to do something a little different. And this combines two of my favorite things, Pokemon and comic books. So I thought this would be a little fun side video to get going while I wait for my new Elgato to come. So let's jump into this. Before we jump into this really quick, I want to say I'm trying to not use the fighting type for this one. I know all of them Robins are martial artists, assassins, trained by Batman, but I'm going to try to not use the fighting type for this because I think it's really easy to summarize it all up to a fighting type, extra type, boom, fighting type, extra type, boom, you know? So to make it a little harder and make it more creative, I'm going to try to not add the fighting type on to every Robin. So we're going to jump into this now with that being said. Now, the only ones we're going to go over are the four main Robins, Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and Damian Wayne. We're not going to go over Carrie Kelly, maybe in a future video, or Stephanie Brown, more if she's a Batgirl, probably in a future video. But for these four, that's who we're going to do.
So where are you going?
Let's just say that after running this team for a year, I'm peckish for a little action.
So starting with Nightwing, the first Robin, Dick Grayson, Agent Grayson, whatever you want to call him, Nightwing, we're going to give him the electric type. I think it's pretty self-explanatory why Nightwing will probably get the electric type. He has the fully electric insulated suit with electricity being conducted through it. He has the sticks, the collie sticks that have the electric sensors in them. I think it's pretty self-explanatory why he'd be electric typing for his first typing. So this one's going to be a little different. Nightwing's second typing. Now, in my head, there's some other stuff I thought about, but I really do think the flying type works for Nightwing. So I think in total he'd be an electric flying type. And I say the flying type in this case because one, look at his suit. The old style had the feathers on it, the like little wing looks. His name from the Flying Graysons, Nightwing, you know, and like a master acrobat, he soars through the sky, looking like he can fly anyway. Like, I think it's a stretch to not say he's not a flying type, honestly. And I promise you, if he had a superpower, it'd probably be flying. So that's what my two typings for Nightwing, electric and flying.
I don't know what cloud your judgment worse, your guilt or your antiquated sense of morality.
For the second Robin, Jason Todd, I think the first typing we're gonna give him is pretty obvious. I'm gonna give you a few seconds in the comments to type it down what you think it's gonna be. And yes, you're probably right. We're gonna start him off with the ghost typing. One is because, you know, he's been dead. It's a big part of his character about him being dead and being resurrected. I just think it makes sense for him to be the ghost type. So for Jason's second typing, I thought about steel. It makes sense. He uses guns. He has that military-esque kind of armor a lot of times. His helmet definitely probably steel. You can't tell me it's probably not steel. So I thought about steel, but then I thought, wait, now hear me out. What if he was a poison type? So the reason I thought of poison was because the Lazarus pit that Jason was dipped in, one of the side effects is it messes up your brain, causes you to go kind of cuckoo, kind of crazy. Similar to like poisoning somebody's mind. So in that regard, I'd say, you know what, he might end up being a ghost poison type. And just for the sake of this one, I think that would be cool to give him. It'd be unique for him. So we're gonna give him the ghost poison type on this one. But if you rather prefer him being steel, you can put him steel for yourself.
You'll be running Gamma.
Me? Dick, I've never led a squad before.
The third Robin for Timothy Drake. The first one I wanted to give him is a psychic type. Being the smartest Robin and one of the smartest in the Bat family, I think him getting a psychic type makes a lot of sense. Not in the sense of he's going to be levitating objects with his mind or reading people's mind, but his intellect is so high that I think it deserves the psychic type. For Timothy Drake's last type, This one's hard because I don't want to repeat types, but I think the flying type on him makes a lot of sense. Like, I think the flying type on him is borderline perfect. But because I don't want to repeat types, I think at the end we should just give Tim pure psychic type, or psychic normal, since at the end of the day he's more like the most normal Robin. You know, he wasn't raised to be like a amazing acrobat sports guy. He wasn't a trained assassin from birth. He wasn't a hard kid off the streets that died or anything. He was a kid. He was a normal guy for the most part that wanted to be Robin. So either psychic normal or psychic, because I don't want to repeat the typings. They give him a flying type, even though it would be perfect.
Pennyworth tells me you're romantically involved with a criminal now?
Ex-criminal. And it's only a date.
There are no ex-criminals, Father. Only ones who aren't breaking the law at the moment.
For Damian Wayne, the fourth Robin, Batman's biological son, I thought of Dark type. It makes sense with his ninja background, how he's like a trained killer, and he had the rough time like not killing people. How he he acts mysterious at times. Like, I think Dark type for Damian makes pretty much as much sense as the others. So we're gonna give Dark type to Damian. Now, for Damian's last typing, this one's gonna be a little interesting. I'm gonna give him the Dragon type. Now, I say Dragon because, one, I do think he could be like Dark in fighting, and I do think fighting makes sense, but I don't want to give anybody fighting because they all are fighters in their own right. But I also think it's very unique to give him the Dragon type, and he's the only one with Goliath, a Bat Dragon. So I think that would be really sick for him to have as part of his little arsenal. So for Damian, I'm going to go ahead and give him Dark and Dragon type. Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed this. I really do, because I kind of want to make more videos like this. But if you didn't enjoy it, I'm sorry. But if you did, and you have your own typings for the Bat family, leave them down below. Like, I want to read them and check them out. We're going to talk about this. We're going to get this discussion going. If you want to see more, please let me know what you want to see. I want to do a Batgirl one. I think a Batgirl one following the Robins one would be pretty fun. I think that would be pretty fun. I do want to do a Bat family one eventually, but we can do Marvel, DC, Spider People, Captain America's, Avengers. Let me know. We can have fun with this one. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.